Hi, welcome to day 2 of our Boredom Buster videos. Today, we're going to make the all-time favorite Play-Doh. There isn't a kid around, no matter how old, that doesn't love to just squish and play with that Play-Doh in their hands. Sometimes they create things, sometimes they just like to squish it. This year, we gave a thing of Play-Doh to every student in my classroom at the beginning of the year. It filled gap times while we were collecting things and that kind of stuff. And we soon found out that every kid was obsessed with Play-Doh and just begged to be able to play with it. We made numbers out of it. We made animals out of it. We had them explain their thoughts using Play-Doh. So I know Play-Doh's a winner, but no need to go to the store and buy it. I found this recipe. It's from Living Well Mom. I found it on Pinterest. I'm not going to claim it's my recipe. So Living Well Mom is where I found it. And it's very simple ingredients. I have 1.5 cups of flour. That 1.5 means 1.5. We can write it like this, 1.5 cups of flour. Then 1/2 cup of salt. And this is just regular old table salt, like this. You know, get it at the store. Or you probably have it in your cupboard. 2 teaspoons. Now teaspoons is about this big. It is not the tablespoon size, it's the smaller. And we're using 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Cream of tartar looks like this. And I could be wrong, but I think this is important so it doesn't get moldy or gross after time. I think it keeps it fresh. I made some of this for my granddaughter about a month ago, and it is still very fresh. I need 2 tablespoons of oil. What kind of oil? This kind of oil, just cooking oil. It can be any brand, it can be any kind. And I've already mixed those up in my bowl or put them in the bowl. The last thing it calls for is 1 cup of boiling water. So I boiled that in my microwave here. It also, unless you want to keep it kind of the beigey white color, I want to add some food coloring. Just so it doesn't get messy, I'm adding it to my water. I'm just going to add several drops, 4 or 5. You can add more or less depending on your taste. And then I have a good old-fashioned wooden spoon, okay? So I'm kind of mixing up my water and then I'm pouring it in with my flour, my salt, and all that kind of stuff. I've made a lot of recipes through the years and I know that hot water is key. So I'm just stirring it and it's starting to get a little harder to stir. That means it's getting closer to Play-Doh consistency. So I'm just gonna stir it. I can feel it. It's warm but not hot. So once I get most of the flour all absorbed and that salt all absorbed, then the best part, I can just start picking it up and working it with my hands, squishing it, squeezing it. Hopefully you get to do it all yourself, but if your brother or sister's there, share with them. Just squish, squish, continue to go in the bowl and get all that extra flour. Just play, play, play. That's it. If you want to store it, just put it in a big Ziploc bag. Like I said, I've had mine for over a month and it's still as good as the day I made it. Nice and squishy. If you want to, before you add food coloring, break it into 2 parts and do 1 part one color and 1 part the other, that works too. Just start with a few drops though. There's our Boredom Buster of the day. Enjoy.